Mr. Chairman, it is with great humility and gratitude to God, to the leadership and entire membership of our dynamic party, Zenith Labour Party, that I, Olusegun Mimiko, accept my nomination as the candidate of our great party for the 2019 presidential election. Let me quickly commend the process that led to this exercise today. Without a doubt, the leadership of the party, as represented by its national chairman, Barrister Dan Menai, NEC and WC, have all done a marvelous job in ensuring the timely and successful conclusion of our nomination process across the country. This is clear testimony to the dynamism and experience of our national chairman. Once again, Mr. National Chairman, I greet you, I salute you, I celebrate you. And let me say this and make it abundantly clear. You have come to be the quintessence of progressive politics in Nigeria. You have come to represent for all Nigerians living today that voice that gives reassurance to Nigerians that tomorrow can be better than today. You come to represent courage. When others speak as it should be said, we salute you. And we are encouraged that you are the leader and the national chairman of this party. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am confident, I am very confident that with the social democratic ideological orientation of our party and the pedigree of this party and those of its leading lights, we will have no trouble in convincing Nigerians why this is the preferred option for the election 2019. We are a social democratic party, and as the national chairman has spelled out very clearly, our philosophy and our ethos is based on the utilitarian ethos of the greatest good for the greatest number. And that is why we don't have any doubt in our minds that in times like these, when a country is in a state of anomie, when all the values that we cherish, our heritage, are being disbased, that Nigeria is actually hungry, yearning for a party that is based on sound philosophy and value, and Zenith Labour Party represents that. Let me again say at this juncture that I am resolutely committed to a program of restructuring of the Nigerian Federation. This is a view with a view to affording every sector in this country the opportunity and privilege to develop with its own peculiar inherent potentials, and in such a manner that is consistent with the religious and cultural conviction. Because these are drivers of development anywhere in the world. And we cannot continue to pretend that they are not important or relevant. A restructured Nigeria will ensure that we move from a financial system of distributing money from Abuja to productivity at the subnational level. And let me say this and make it clear. Restructuring is not about North versus South. God has been very kind to our country. Every part of this country has enough to create wealth so that we will be able to live like human beings, like God intended that we should live. And whether we like it or not, whether we admit it or not, many of our people are living subhuman life. And that's a challenge to all of us. And by the grace of God, we'll get there. We will be able to reorder our system, be able to restructure our system, decentralize power, decentralize resources to such an extent that each subnational unit, those who are rich in solid minerals, those who are rich in arable lands, will be able to tap into their own resources without let or hindrance, without the overburdening structure that makes the center too powerful, without being able to translate it into development. Ladies and gentlemen, our national chairman has said a lot. God has blessed me in the political firmament of Nigeria. Having been commissioner twice, SSG, federal minister, and by the grace of God, the first Ondo State elected governor twice in the life of this state. If at this juncture I decide to go in retirement, I cannot say I've not had a fulfilled political career. But events in our country in the last few years compels itself on me and many others like me to get engaged in this system. This country has never been as divided as we are today. Life has not been as devalued as it is in this country today. We live in an era where our people die in 10s and 20s and butchered. They no longer make headline news. These are difficult times for our nation. And it calls for sober reflection. It calls for anybody who has had the privilege of the experience I have, who have had the experience and God-given heart that I have, to rise up, to face this challenge. That is why I'm in this race, and by the grace of God, we shall win together. Yes. We will do the needful to address this wanton killing in our land. We will do the needful to ensure that our babies, our children, our women are no longer butchered like animals in this country. We will do the needful to ensure that poverty no longer makes our people ready recruits for Boko Haram and all sundry insurgency organizations. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are determined to bring requisite competence, clear-headedness to the management of our economy, so that economic opportunities will be opened up to millions of Nigerians in a manner that will take them off the poverty loop, which in most recent times so shamefully defines our country. We are committed to a program of economic diversification, not as a cliche, but this diversification will be deep in focus and thorough in conception. We shall in this regard leverage upon the critical place of a strong, responsive, and responsible state that we must create as the expansive space of private initiative and economic development process will be further consolidated. Let me say this very clearly. We shall be calling upon Nigerians to assess us on the basis of what we have done with political power. We hope and work towards the fact that those who have occupied political position should not only tell us about what they will do, they should tell us about what they have done to change the lives of the people when they have the opportunity. I can assure you that your candidate, by the grace of our God, Almighty God, with humility, has a lot to say in this regard, that will convince every Nigerian that your candidate has good head and good heart. We shall juxtapose this with what our opponents have been able to do as a critical element in helping Nigerians make up their mind about who deserves to be invested in power. It is with the confidence in the ability of Nigerians to make this existential decision in 2019 elections that I go into the next phase of our struggle to save this nation from exile, division, poverty, and insecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you one question. Do you all believe in your heart that we can do it? Are you scared because of the size of, so-called size of the bigger parties? No. Those who are not in political party in Nigeria are more than those in political party. So if we can evangelize and get our message across, we'll get more people voting for our platform than all the parties put together. Because of what we represent. We are tired of poverty in our land. Our people die needlessly every day. Our women die in their effort to bring about life. God forbid it. Our people die in motor traffic accident every day needlessly. If you go abroad, if there's an accident within 2-3 minutes, an ambulance is there. But we live some human life in this place because we have not organized ourselves properly. Zenith Party will make the difference in that process. We are out to disrupt settled assumptions. We are out to create offset for the so-called big parties. We are out to make things happen that people never imagined will happen in 2019. Because Zenith Party, Labour Party, is one of the youngest parties today. In 2019, this party will produce the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria has for so long been a graveyard of dreams. It is high time that we make of it an incubation hub for great ideas. That time is now. The party to make it happen is Zenith Labour Party. That is why I'm running for president on the platform of Zenith Labour Party. Mr. Chairman, we are running because we care. Because we care, we challenge the status quo. Whatever that status quo represents, we challenge it. We ask questions. Yes, we talk about wealth creation, and we should create more wealth. But let's also talk about wealth distribution. We live in a country where a few people, not through productive means, have cornered more than 99% of the resources of this land. We live in a country where you no longer have to work to be able to make mega bucks. We live in a country where young graduates have no hope for tomorrow. We live in a country where people with PhD apply to be Okada driver. Also remember, we also live in a country where 99% of the commodities we consume are imported into this land. We live in a country where we don't even have borders, secure borders. Everything goes, everything comes in, everything comes out. We shall stop that. We shall navigate Nigeria in the international political economy to be able to do what is right for our country. We shall challenge assumptions about globalization and how it relates to us. We shall run a government with clear, absolutely clear industrial policy. And we shall ensure that we target the financial sector to target our areas of industrial development.